but we won with women in a landslide. There is nobody that respects women more than I do, I will tell you right now. And every one of these last contests, I'm winning with women in landslides.
Mercedes Schlapp is the former media spokeswoman for President George W. Bush. Fox News contributor Bernard Whitman was a pollster for former President Bill Clinton. He is the CEO of Whitman Insight Strategies, authors of the upcoming book, 52 Reasons to Vote for Hillary. So 52, really? Well, we don't have time to get into those. Thanks, both of you, for being with us. Mercedes, let me start with you because I want to get your reaction to what Trump said. You know, women love him, women are going to vote for him. Well, the polls don't show that. Among women, Trump faces a huge gender gap. Only 33% of women view him favorably. Almost double that have an unfavorable view of him at 63%. Those are the Fox News polls that came out 2 days ago. I mean, he's got a serious gender deficit, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we need to keep in mind that the Democratic presidential candidate has usually won the women vote almost by double digits since 1992. So the key for Donald Trump is making sure he keeps the base, which would be the married women, Republican married women. And then you've got to broaden it out to the single women, those that are center-right, independent, in order to bring them in. Part of it is going to be softening his tone. I think they like the fact that he would be a strong leader, but the mere fact that there's the tone that sometimes really impacts women in a certain way.
And disparaging comments that he has made. But Bernard, is Trump's gender gap, and as we mentioned, you know, it's almost, it's double the negative. Is it more pronounced because he will likely be running against the first major party female candidate in history?
I think it certainly plays into that, but I mean, mostly Donald Trump's problem with women is the result of Donald Trump. I mean, it's not just disparaging remarks. It underscores his character, his dismissive tone about women, remarks that he's made over a couple generations about women in the workplace, about anchors on this network, about his opponents on the GOP debate stage, about women's bodies images. I mean, I think this is a problem that he has not only among female voters, but among anybody that has women close to them in their lives. Anyone who is a son, anyone who's a brother, anyone who's a husband, anyone who's a parent of a daughter, I think needs to say, do I want someone like that representing me in the highest office in the land, let alone with world leaders, many of whom happen to be very strong
Mercedes,
women.
I want to segue here to the Hispanic vote because Brian Yennis was just reporting on the numbers. And as you saw, Hillary Clinton wins the Hispanic vote over Trump by almost 40%. Can Trump win the presidency with such abysmal numbers among Hispanic voters?
The way I view it is that we have to look at the swing states. For example, in the case of Florida, it's going to be incredibly critical that Donald Trump performs well with Hispanics. Back in 2012, Obama got 60% of the vote 60% of the Hispanic vote in Florida. Romney only got 39%. We were waiting for Miami-Dade County to be called. That's where a lot of Hispanics are. And guess what? Obama did better than Romney there. He was able to win the state of Florida. So we're going to need to be viewing it in terms of swing states like Florida, like Arizona, like Colorado. The key will be, will Clinton outperform Obama with Hispanics or not? He has a lot of work to do in terms with the Hispanic voter. There is no question. But the mere fact is when you look at Clinton, she is a very unfavorable candidate. She has trustworthy issues.
And Bernard, let me go to you on that. It's very interesting here because Hispanic voters dislike both Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, but they dislike Trump more. Is that because he's viewed as having demonized undocumented workers, legal or otherwise?
I think there's two factors going on. I think number one, actually 56% of Hispanic voters in the Fox News Latino poll have a favorable view of Mrs. Clinton, which is one of her highest demographic favorability groups. She has a record of 2 generations of speaking out on issues that matter to Hispanics, not just immigration reform, but education, jobs, health care. Donald Trump, in the
but they
meantime,
don't like her. They just dislike Trump
Bernard. Get off the talking points, Bernard.
not.
Look at this. It's a third-term Obama. What do we want? What are they going to? Hispanics want jobs. They want better jobs. They want
Mercedes.
wage increases. This is not what we've seen with Obama.
Yeah.
And that is
Mercedes,
why I
your
think
candidate-
Trump's economic populism message will resonate with the Hispanic community.
Mercedes, I got bad news for the GOP. 50,000 U.S.-born Hispanics are going to be eligible to vote every month for the next 20 years. And with the standard bearer like Donald Trump on the top of your ticket, your party is about to go down to a blazing defeat, assuming that Hillary can get the Hispanics to turn out.
She's got
which will
such
be
a
her
big
great
issues.
challenge.
Our Fox News
Bernard.
poll shows almost 90% believe there should be a path to legalization for undocumented workers. I mean, that is anathema to the position
And if you look at
that
what Donald Trump has said,
taken.
he has said immigrants would go back and they can come back to the country, but they got to come in through a legal process.
Okay, I'm not sure that's really a path. That's more like a broken down stairs. Thank you very much, Bernard Whitman, Mercedes Schlapp. Good to see you.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
So Americans